Hey everyone, Shabbymania here and welcome back to the SWE Universe Mode. This video is part 2 of our SWE Shabbymania pay-per-view. If you've not seen part 1 already, of course, click on the channel and go back and watch that one first because there will be spoilers ahead in this one because we will talk about what's happened earlier on this evening. We're kicking this part of the show off with a big triple threat match. Tommy End, or Aleister Black if you will, taking on Sami Callihan / Solomon Crow, taking on Michael Elgin, a big triple threat match. Now, as I announced in part 1 of this SWE Mayhem pay-per-view, all the ranking points tonight are being tripled for winners. So the winner of this one will get 30 ranking points to take into the Season 3 with them. It's been a really interesting night so far. We had some cracking matches in part 1 and some surprising ones, a couple of championship matches as well. And we now know the first 3 people that will be guaranteed a place on SWE Mayhem Season 3. And of course those people are the Legion of Doom, defeating the Hardy Boys for the Tag Team Championships. And of course also Mr. Chris Jericho defeating Sting and Jake the Snake Roberts in a triple threat match as well. Lots of triple threat matches here this evening. This is the end of your triple threats for this evening. After this one, of course, we are going to have Sasha Banks defending her Women's Championship against Cherry Bomb, which then will guarantee our first female for Mayhem next year. We're going to see Eddie Edwards take on Davey Richards one-on-one. Of course, those two guys used to be the American Wolves tag team, but due to their recent breakup, they are now fighting against each other. We're going to have the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. They are going to be taking on a sort of new age Mega Powers, if you will, in John Cena teaming up with Brock Lesnar. And then our main event is going to be Matanza Cueto defending his Mayhem Championship against Seth Rollins. And of course the winner of our match earlier on this evening, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think this is the first time we've seen Aleister Black's singles entrance because he's always been part of a tag team with Michael Dante. So this is his first chance to show what he can do on his own. And I'm thinking that in 2K18 we're not going to have Tommy End or Aleister Black, if you will. We're not going to have Aleister Black as a tag team. He is going to be full-on singles wrestler, which I think is where he needs to be, really. That's where he's suited to be, isn't he? That is where he's best suited. This could be a big match for him, because at the moment I think Aleister Black is pretty low in the rankings. He's really struggled, hasn't he? In fairness to him. Not had a very good time at all. Let's have a look at the singles male rankings on Mayhem. Aleister Black is currently 3rd from bottom. It's amazing because if you look at the people that are at the bottom, well, actually no. After tonight, what's happened tonight? Goldberg is joint bottom alongside JBL. Then Ultimate Warrior, Goldberg and Rey Mysterio Jr. are joint bottom with JBL. Wow, that's big, isn't it? But if Tommy End loses this one, he's going to go bottom on his own. So this is a big match for Tommy End. If Tommy End wins this one, he'll be up to almost 100 points, which is where everyone started at. If he loses this, he's going to be down to 78, which is going to mean he's going to take a lot to get himself back on track in 2K18, really, isn't it? Yeah, the rankings have not been very good for Aleister Black at all. Not very good for Aleister Black at all, really. I think Mayhem's the one show where the rankings don't really look on paper as you would expect them to in real life, do they? As we're starting things off, then Aleister Black locking an octopus stretch there on Michael Elgin early on. Sami Callihan just taking a few seconds, just watching the match go by. Wise move really by Callihan. There's no need for him to get too involved straight away. Might as well let your opponents take each other's health down before you get too involved. And Aleister Black doing the same thing now, allowing Michael Elgin and Sami Callihan to fight it out. Elgin sending Aleister Black off the ropes and brings him back into that shoulder block. I'm just so happy that Aleister Black has made his way into WWE, you know. Because he was one of my favourites on the indie scene. He really was for a very long time. My favourite wrestlers well, he still is one of my favourite wrestlers, but my favourite wrestlers were always Zack Sabre Jr., Ricochet, and Aleister Black. Those are my 3 favourites. And now, of course, Aleister Black has made his way to WWE, which is the one that I was least expecting. I expected Ricochet and Zack Sabre Jr., but I weren't too sure about Aleister Black. Not any offence against Aleister Black. I think he's a fantastic wrestler. It's quite clear to see by everyone, but he's got a very unique look that I weren't sure if WWE would go for. But I think the fact that he's Dutch really helps him out as well, because it's a way of WWE trying to get more nations. That's what they always try and do. They try and bring in more nations. As I mentioned recently with that Tainara Conti in NXT and in the Mayhem Classic, she's Brazilian. So that's a brand new nation I don't think they've really ever had before in WWE. I might be wrong. Oh my god. Sami Callihan actually hit the maneuver that Rey Mysterio's been trying to hit for so long, to hit that 619. That's the Black back in the ring now. I wonder if these two guys must have competed against each other at some point. I've got a feeling that PWG might have been the place. Must have done at some point. You'd think so, wouldn't you? You can't keep 2 amazing talents like this apart for too long. Oh, nice neck breaker there by Aleister Black, and Michael Elgin catching Black with that big spine buster. Elgin now into the pin on Sami Callihan. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Elgin looking to try and finish this one off early. But Callihan fighting back, taking Elgin down. And a belly to belly slam. I'm looking forward to getting a bit of Kurt Angle on 2K18 here. The proper Kurt Angle rather than the dodgy downloaded ones. Tommy End just booting the chest of Elgin into the mat, and I'm not quite sure what Callihan tried there, but it really backfired. Elgin now the pin on Aleister Black, only a 2 count. And this is a big match for all 3 of these guys, really. It's going to help them out tremendously moving into 2K18 if they can pick up a win. It's so important for Tommy End because he's so low in the rankings. Really low in the rankings. Callihan comes storming in and catching Elgin from the back with a clothesline. Now taking Elgin onto his shoulders. Big Death Valley driver. Aleister Black starting to stir, and Callihan stamping on the back of Black. Callihan drops into the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. And a big boot right in the spine of Aleister Black as Black stalking Callihan. Nope. Callihan stalking Black, shall I say. And Elgin's still down here. Callihan could have a chance. Underhook, pile driver. That could be it, you know. There's the pin by Sami Callihan. 1, 2, and 3. And it's another poor performance by Aleister Black. He really needs a big boost into 2K18. He is now bottom of the Mayhem rankings. That is poor by him. Really, really poor. Elgin was sort of mid-table in the rankings, wasn't he? Where was Elgin? See, Elgin was lower than 100 points, where that drops him down to 93 points as well. Dropping him under Gold Dust, Booker T, Diego Fernando. It's not been good for him. But Sami Callihan, what's that going to do to him now? Where is Sami? Sami was on 90 points, so this is going to give him 30 points, as I discussed earlier on. It's going to put him up to 120, which is currently equal with John Cena, which puts him about 10th or so in the rankings. So that's a massive win for Callihan. That's going to really put him in a strong position in 2K18. Looking for some pretty cool stuff. And there was the pin. Elgin was down for quite some time. And Sami Callihan catching Aleister Black with the underhook power driver. And Callihan is victorious. And that is a worrying performance once again by Aleister Black. Like I said, whoever takes him in the draft is going to really need to push him on to bigger things and try and give him a little bit of maybe a little bit of being put over, maybe a few squash matches to start things off to build up his momentum. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be Cherry Bomb taking on Sasha Banks for the Mayhem Women's Championship. And here we go. So, at the end of this match, we will know the first female guaranteed to be on the Mayhem roster for WWE 2K18. Will it be Sasha Banks or will it be Cherry Bomb? Of course, if somebody does win a championship, they are guaranteed a spot on that roster. However, if they are not downloadable within the first 4 weeks of the SWE, then they're going to have to vacate the championships, unfortunately, and somebody else will be able to win the belt. It just seems a bit pointless because if we go too far and we miss out on championship matches, it's going to be a little bit annoying. So if Cherry Bomb does win this, and I should imagine that Ali would be quite easy to get hold of in 2K18. She's one of the main women in TNA now, so I wouldn't be surprised we have to get her quite quickly. Somebody obviously made a very good version of her in this game, so why not move forward into the next game? But that's all ifs and buts. She might not get the opportunity. This might be Sasha Banks' time. So we go next up is your Mayhem Women's Champion, of course, Sasha Banks. She won this belt in a triple threat match against Ivelisse and Asuka a month or so ago. This is from memory now because I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you, because I don't know where I put my folder. So I'm gonna have to have a look at it when I find my folder. But this should be an interesting one. I think women's championships have really struggled in SWE so far because there's not been much longevity at all, has there really? It seems to be on most occasions whoever holds the belt seems to lose it at the very next pay-per-view. It's quite crazy. I don't think anyone's successfully defended one yet. Maybe Sasha Banks will be the first lady here this evening to do so. And this is what it's all for then, the Mayhem Women's Championship. The referee holds it high like he's just won it. And we are underway. Cherry Bomb, probably the most informed female in SWE. She's done tremendously well, and of course got her place in this match by beating both Trish Stratus and Mickie James in a triple threat match. And now she has a chance to go up against the champion herself. Russian leg sweep now by Sasha as well. And Sasha in control of this match early on. Like I said, not too many people so far have successfully retained the championship. And Sasha will be hoping... Well, Sasha's probably one of the worst ones in real life, isn't she, for doing that sort of stuff. But I'm sure Sasha will be hoping to keep a hold of the belt. Uppercut there by Cherry Bomb. Now snapmare on Sasha Banks as well. Into the heads. Like I said, Cherry Bomb, one of the highest... most informed females in SWE in general. She's won a lot of stuff, hasn't she, so far? Let's have a look at the old rankings. Women's roster. She's only third in the roster, of course. Asuka is second because Asuka has. Actually, Ivelisse is bottom of the rankings. Bloody hell. Asuka's a former champion, so her rankings was a little bit higher. Because you do get a lot of points for being the champion, of course. That doesn't, as said before though, the ranking points are not the be-all or end-all. We like to do number one contendership matches and so forth, just see who wants the opportunity. And yeah, that's why Asuka wasn't involved in this match, because she's had the belt, she's lost the belt to Sasha, and it wasn't really fair to put her in that match again and sort of ignore people like Mickie James, Trish Stratus and Cherry Bomb that have been doing so well. Double knees right to the arm of Cherry Bomb by Sasha, and that's obviously working towards potentially a bank statement. Sasha goes for it. Oh, just spears Cherry Bomb off the apron, and Sasha joins her on the outside. This match is going a little bit rogue here. Cherry Bomb fighting back with a boot in the face of Sasha. Now into a tornado head scissors takedown. Oh, a boot in the face there by Sasha. Into the running double knees on Cherry Bomb. Referee's up to a 4 count. Cherry Bomb rolls out the way, but Sasha catches her. And there's the neck breaker. Referee's up to a 6. That's Sasha now into a backdrop on Cherry Bomb as well. Referee's up to an 8 count. This is gonna go double counter, isn't it? Get the ring, Sasha. Get the ring. Oh, wow. We've had so many close countouts so far in the 2 videos. It's been unbelievable. So I think we had about 3 or 4 9 counts now like that. It was so close. I'm happy it didn't bugger up because I get so annoyed when it buggers up. So I'm worried about my my mouse clicking too much when I click stuff. I have to click stuff to just change the settings here and there when I'm doing my recordings. There you go. Just making sure the audio quality is correct and so forth. German suplex there by Cherry Bomb on Sasha Banks. But Sasha getting straight back up to her feet. And a DDT by Cherry Bomb as well. Cherry Bomb bringing Sasha back up to her feet. Shoulder block. Into another running shoulder block. Ducking Sasha's clothesline into a front slam. Cherry Bomb is just doing so well here. I'm just surprised at how well she's been doing. Into the X Factor on Sasha Banks. And this could be all, you know. We could have brand new women's champion. 1, 2. Oh, and Sasha kicked out. Sasha kicked out. That could have been Cherry Bomb's big opportunity there. She turned the match around. Can she build upon the damage she's created, though? Sasha fighting back, knocking Cherry Bomb down. Referee. Wow, that is a big error there on behalf of the referee. He's completely missed the rope break. And that, my friends, is a lucky result. I don't know if it's lucky as such, but Sasha did dominate a large portion of this one, but the referee's completely missed that rope break. Do we restart the match? You know what? It's Shabbymania. We're not having a dodgy finish like that. Let's restart the match. The referee's completely missed that one. It's poor, poor refereeing. We are going to restart the match. Come on. Come on, screen. Load. No. Take the belt away from her. Bring out Jim Cornette and do some bad stuff. Rematch. We're starting this again, people. We are not having a dodgy finish like that here on Shabbymania. We want proper results. Referee re-rings the bell. Both ladies had a few moments here to rest themselves. Neckbreaker by Cherry Bomb to start things off. I can't believe we've been having such good luck with this recording so far. And then we got a dodgy thing. I don't mind that missed rope break. I don't mind it on occasion, but when it's in that position where the referees should blatantly see the hand on the ropes, you can't get round it, can you, really? If it was on the other side of the referee and the referee had just not seen it was poorly positioned, then it wouldn't be a problem. But where he was at the moment is it was just awful because you could see it. You could quite easily see it from exactly where he was standing. So, yeah. Nice submission hold here by Sasha Banks on Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb now standing Sasha Banks off the ropes and catches it in a Fez press. Great takedown. Cherry Bomb bringing Sasha back up, but Sasha playing possum. Now Sasha running bulldog on Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb with the arm drag on Sasha, taking it down. It's such a back and forth match, this one at the moment. Oh, big forearm by Sasha, taking Cherry Bomb down. Only a 1 count. Sasha's got to be annoyed with this because the referee made a vital mistake. And it's cost Sasha, not the match as such, but she thought she had the win. Now she's got to do it all over again. boot in the gut of Cherry Bomb by Sasha. Now Sasha boot in the chest of Cherry Bomb as well. Slamming her face first into the mat. And a boot in the back of the head. And Sasha taking full control now. The damage, of course, done in the original match. But Cherry Bomb fighting back just to prove me wrong while I'm talking. Dropping an elbow right in the spine of Sasha. A boot in the back as well. Cherry Bomb bringing Sasha back up to her feet. Big right hand right in the face. And now backdrop. Great backdrop, actually. And Cherry Bomb happy, surveying the situation. Running shoulder block. Another running shoulder block by Cherry Bomb. Ducking the clothesline into the front slam. Cherry Bomb bringing Sasha back up to her feet. We saw this in the first match, an X Factor. She's very slow going for the pin, Cherry Bomb. Is she going to go for the pin? Doesn't seem to want to, actually. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Cherry Bomb now. Oh, last chance. Locked in here on Sasha Banks. Very good submission hold. Of course, we saw her lock this in during the triple threat match where she earned this match. And, oh, Sasha Banks fighting free. And a boot right in the back of the head of Cherry Bomb. And a boot right in the gut as well. Sasha dragging Cherry Bomb away from the ropes. And a big boot in the spine. Weakening that back potentially for a Banks statement later on. Now dropping the elbow right inside the knee. Sasha sending Cherry Bomb into the corner. Both these ladies starting to struggle now. Of course, they've not just wrestled this, but the little match previous as well. Running knees in the corner by Sasha Banks. Who's now locking in the legs in that surfboard position before slamming knees first into the mat. Sasha dragging Cherry Bomb away from the ropes. And another brutal kick in the spine. Amos is now looking for a boot in the abdomen as well. And Sasha just raining the strikes down on the grounded Cherry Bomb at the moment. Before dropping a boot in the face. And dragging Cherry away from the, well, more center of the ring anyway. Sasha springs off the ropes. Shining Wizard as well. Cherry Bomb is struggling to get anything now. Every time she so much as gets up to her knee, Sasha's just there to take her down again. But Cherry Bomb playing possum now. Catching Sasha with the arm breaker. The Sasha fights straight back. Into a Fez press and drills Cherry Bomb in the face with those strikes. Sasha bringing Cherry back up to her feet. Boot in the gut. Looking for that straight jacket neck breaker and hits it. There's the pin. 1, 2. And this time it counts. And Sasha Banks retains the Women's Championship and guarantees herself a place on WWE 2K18's Mayhem roster. It was a very good attempt by Cherry Bomb to win this one. She lost it twice, I suppose, if you look at it that way. Of course, referee missing the blatant hand on the ropes the first time. We restarted the match, and Sasha Banks once again had the dominance to continue on and pin Cherry Bomb with that straight jacket neck breaker. So well done to Sasha Banks. She is still your Mayhem Women's Champion, and she has guaranteed her place on WWE 2K18's Mayhem roster, and will start things off, of course, as the Mayhem Champion as well. Who should be against next year? Well, there's going to be a lot more competition in the women's roster next year. Not only we've got the new people on the game, but I've also got a large list of female cores we want to download as well. We're looking at about 50 to 60 women across the 5 brands. So we're going to have a lot more competition next year. And a lot more good competition. There's not going to be so many buffers. No Eve Maries anymore, of course. They're all going to be very impressive females. Quite a lot of the Mae Young Classic in there as well. But there you go. Sasha Banks, still your women's champion. And here's our next match of the evening. And of course it is Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards. The American Wolves are split now, and this is a grudge match. And here we go then. Now this one is going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match as well. Just ignore that. The problem is we've got at the moment is we're only allowed 7 matches on a show in Universe mode. So the next 3 matches are going to be done through exhibitions. So they're all going to have from different locations for some bizarre reason. So, of course, what happened then a few weeks ago is these two guys lost against Dynasty. And it was a little bit of a coming together towards the end. They weren't too happy. And then the week after, they were in a match against Legion of Doom, where partway through the match, Eddie Edwards dropped off the apron and walked out, refusing to tag his partner, Davey Richards, and left him there to face off against the Legion of Doom 1-on-2, which wasn't a very good situation for anyone, really. Well, it was for Legion of Doom, of course. But yeah, the week before, it was Eddie Edwards who took the pin. Richards had been knocked off the apron. Edwards took the pin. Richards then came in, got right in Edwards' face, and Edwards just walked off. He wasn't going to get involved in any of it. But then, like I said, the week after, Edwards refusing to make the tag into Davey Richards, left him there high and dry. PJ Toby trying to throw a spanner in the works of it by putting him in that #1 contendership match when they were not really in a good position at that point in time. Fresh off a loss, fresh off some angst between the two. I think it was a clever decision by PJ Toby. He knew he could get himself a really good match here at Shabbymania by pitting these two against each other, and it was just trying to give him that final little push, that final straw that broke the camel's back on this tag team. So basically these two guys fight it off here, grudge match, and for 2K18 they are going to be drafted as separate entities. Where will they go? Where will they end up? They're both very good wrestlers, actually, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. We can see some really solid singles matches from the pair of them. Longevity-wise, do they have what it takes to both be singles competitors in SWE? Or will they get lost in the fold? That's still to be seen. But if worse comes to worse, they could always reform. They could always reform, you never know. Maybe we could do like some sort of strange bedfellows tag team tournament and draw them both together. I don't know. We'll figure something out, I suppose, won't we? We'll figure something out. So here we go. Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards. Falls count anywhere. No disqualifications. No countouts. Two guys really at the end of their tethers with each other. Both still rocking their Wolves attires, though. They both want to remain as the Wolf, I suppose. Show that they're the Alpha Wolf. The pack leader. And the others should follow. As Eddie Edwards in control of the match early on, dropping a leg drop across the chest of Davey Richards. Now, I believe this arena is one where you can't fight in the crowd, which is a little bit annoying. Which sort of takes away from the point of a Falls Count Anywhere match, but I just didn't want it to be... I didn't want the match to be marred by disqualifications or countouts, because it's going to get rough. It's going to have to get rough between these two, surely. But of course, they've both not been doing tremendously well, have they, in the Universe mode? Where are they in the old ranking situation at the moment? We currently have... If I can get on there. Right. Oh, Eddie... Nope, that's the wrong one. Eddie Edwards is on 105 points at the moment. And Davey Richards is on 90. So Eddie Edwards is 15 points ahead of Davey Richards. If Eddie Edwards wins here, he'd be 35 points ahead, because Davey would lose 5 points, putting him down to 85. And Eddie would gain 15, because he's won a match at a pay-per-view, Shabbymania, worth triple. So yeah, he'd be on 100 and... I've lost him already, 120. A good position for Eddie Edwards. If Davey Richards wins this, then he can get back up over the 100 mark, which he started on. And Eddie Edwards, they're both actually... If Davey Richards wins this match, he'll actually go ahead of Davey... if Davey Richards wins this match, he'll go ahead of Eddie Edwards in the rankings. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, mouthful that was. Oh, sledgehammer right to the gut by Eddie on Davey Richards. And Eddie Edwards is in firm control of this match early on. Of course, Davey's had a few more singles matches. He's faced off against the debut in Chris Benoit and lost, didn't he? He's had a few more singles matches along the way. Eddie completely missed that drop kick, allowing Davey Richards to try and get some more in control, but no. Eddie just forcing Davey away and clubbing him, and now dropping him with that flat-faced DDT into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Have you got used to the stars yet, or is it still a bit garish? Still a little bit garish, isn't it? You know what? I've got used to it, though. I quite like it, though. I don't know. I don't know. You can't moan, can you? You can't moan. Boot in the face there by Eddie, now dropping a knee right in the spine as well. And for the boot in the back, but Davey Richards avoids it, catching Eddie with that right hand, and Eddie just forcing Davey away. Now into the pin he goes. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Davey Richards fighting back now, up to his feet, catching Eddie with that right hand and into that massive clothesline as well. Davey Richards quite pleased with himself at this point in time. Bringing Eddie back up to his feet, running clothesline, another running clothesline into a face buster. And Davey Richards is in control of this match right now. And he's looking to get that sledgehammer. I thought he was going to go for the sledgehammer, but he decides against it. He's going to go for a taunt instead, trying to get the crowd on his side. Of course, it was Eddie who turned on Davey, so I would imagine that puts Eddie as the heel. Drop kick in the face. Now Eddie with the sledgehammer once again right to the back of Davey Richards. Davey's not... Davey Richards? Yeah, that's right, yeah. Davey's not used the weapon when he's had the opportunity, whereas Eddie Edwards has grabbed it at any chance he has to cause more damage, but nice pop-up head scissors there by Davey. He must be running off pure adrenaline now, though. The pain he must be in after those sledgehammer strikes must be immense. As Davey once again now backing into the corner. Eddie stumbling around now. He drops to a knee. Davey stalking Eddie Edwards. Oh, swinging strike right to the side of the head. Davey drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh my god, Eddie Edwards is kicked out. Eddie Edwards has only gone and kicked out. But Davey's stalking him once again. Oh, but Eddie fighting back. Davey catching there with that front chancery. Went for the right hand, but elbow by Eddie, knocking Davey. Now Eddie Edwards, Shining Wizard, knee strike right to the side of the face of Davey. But Davey straight back up, no selling it. What's Davey up to now then? Or hoisting Eddie across that top rope. Spiked DDT. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Look at Davey just forcing his fists right into each of the pressure points either side of the head, the temples. I'm knackered now. I've done all this recording in one sitting, this 10 match. Well, this is the 8th match now. I'm knackered. It's taken it out of me so far. It's been a solid 2 hours so far, and I've still got another 2 big matches left. Davey went to catch Eddie, but Eddie fighting back. Now Davey fighting back as well. Neck breaker by Davey Richards. Does he have enough though? No, Eddie fighting back once again. It's such a back and forth match. Such a back and forth match. Neither of these two teams want to give themselves away. These two individuals want to give themselves away. They want to show that they were the alpha wolf in that team. David up on the middle rope, stalking Eddie Edwards as he slowly clambers back up to his feet. Oh my word. Oh my word. Botchamania. Botchamania. That was awful, that was. And there it is, the running Rough Rider there by Eddie Edwards on Davey Richards. Davey could have done himself over with that poor senton. And he's give the match to Eddie. Oh, Davey Richards, you completely done yourself over there. And Eddie Edwards has pushed himself so far forward now. That puts Eddie, can I say 35 points further forward than Davey Richards at this point in time in the rankings? That is not a place that Davey Richards thought he would be in at this point in time. But I don't know if we're going to see it or not, that dodgy senton that sort of gave the match away, really. That was a real poor highlight, that one, wasn't it? Referee just slapping the arm of Eddie Edwards. And this was Davey with a big kick right to the side of the face of Edwards. That could have been the end of the match right there. It really could have been. It was only enough for a 2 count. And that was the Shining Wizard not long after. Oh, we didn't even see his finisher maneuver, let alone the dodgy dive. Yeah, he went for that senton, pulled it far too short, landed flat on his own back. It wasn't a situation he wanted to be in. And then the running Rough Rider by Eddie Edwards was enough to pick up the victory. And Eddie Edwards is victorious. He is the alpha wolf here this evening. And he is going to be a huge amount of points further forward than Davey Richards starting in WWE 2K18. Eddie Edwards now moved up to 120 ranking points, while Davey Richards has dropped down to 85. 35 points the difference between them. And Davey's going to have a big job on. Not as big of a job as Aleister Black's got, getting himself back in the fold for next year's game, or 2K18. But still a pretty hefty job. And here's our next match of the evening, and it is going to be Hulk Hogan teaming up with the Macho Man, Randy Savage, the Mega Powers, of course, to take on a sort of new age Mega Powers in Brock Lesnar and John Cena. And of course, the Walrus himself will be at ringside. And here we go then. Now this will be an interesting one because we've got two teams of people that are not necessarily very good friends as such, but they're people that are very effective in their eras. But just because you've got two very strong parts doesn't mean necessarily you've got a very good team. That's going to be the thing here this evening. We've got 4 fantastic wrestlers, but it's going to be the winner for me is going to be the one that can work best together. And it's the same with a lot of things, really. You look at sport, for example, you can have, if you're looking at football/soccer, if you're American, then if you've got 11 of the best players in the world, it doesn't mean those 11 best players are going to end up being a very good team. We've seen that in the past. The people with the best team win the league, not the people with the best players. So that could be something to definitely take into account here this evening. Plus, when else are you going to see Hulk Hogan and Brock Lesnar in the ring together? Well, tonight is exactly where you're going to see that happen. Now, of course, joining Mr. Hulk Hogan is Mr. Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah! Now, this man is going to be someone who, again, is going to be fought for pretty hard, I think, on 2K18. I know PJ really wants him, but I'm quite interested as well, to be honest with you. I'm quite interested. I've got my plans. I'm not going to divulge my plans, but I have my plans. I'm going to have to start thinking about them stronger now, aren't I? Well, once we finish all the Shabbymanias and we know who's going to be on each roster, that's when we'll really start to take into account who's what and where's what and who wants who and where and who wants where and where wants who. I don't know. I'm making up stuff now. I'm getting a bit tired of it. I said I've been recording for far too long, but I really want to get this all done. I'm really enjoying this, actually. I've been a little bit... it's been a bit of a chore recording some of the recent SWE episodes. With a lot of bugs and so forth. It's got very much on my nerves. But this one tonight, I've really enjoyed this one. And I'm actually looking forward to recording more of the Shabbymanias. I think the problem is because I knew it was coming to an end, I sort of like got a bit impatient. Basically, I want the new one to start. I want the new game to come out. I want the new draft to happen. I want the new rosters, the new shows, the new championships, the new everything to happen. I'm so excited for everything to happen. I'm too impatient. Far too impatient. And here he comes then, Brock Lesnar, the former Mayhem Champion. Was a Mayhem Champion for quite a chunk of this Season 2. However, Matanza Cueto, after his debut, defeating Brock Lesnar one-on-one twice in a row and getting both those matches, of course, on our best match playlist. Now, Matanza Cueto has a very difficult match coming up for you later on. Like I said, after this one, we do have that big main event. Matanza defending the belt against Seth Rollins and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Austin's already wrestled once this evening. He defeated Goldberg in our opening match of the evening, which has secured Goldberg's place at the bottom of the rankings, hasn't it? Was I right in that? Let's double check that one. No, Tommy End Well, Aleister Black is bottom of the rankings. Goldberg is joint second bottom with Rey Mysterio and John Bradshaw Layfield. That's on Mayhem, though, of course. I don't think there's... I think the only person who's lower than 78 in my memory is over on Throwdown. I think it might be Noam Dar. I think he's on 75. Let's have a look. Oh, no. No, I take it back. Noam Dar's got himself up a little bit. No, I'm on... Noam Dar's knocked in, isn't he? Right, on Throwdown, we've got Darren Young and Titus O'Neil both on 78. And Octane, we have got... Octane, we have got Noam Dar on 65. So Noam Dar is the lowest rated guy in SWE at this point in time in the rankings. Which is a pretty shame for him, I suppose, isn't it, really? But it's better for Aleister Black because it means he's not going to be bottom. He knows he's not... He could end at bottom of his brand, though. It depends on where he gets drafted. Where is he going to get drafted? I was sort of leaning potentially towards maybe taking him to Carnage, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. We're going to have a look at it all, I suppose. See how it all pans out in the long run. And again, see who suits where. I've lost the ability to talk and everything now, haven't I? So here is Cena then. Can Cena coincide with Lesnar here? Of course, it's a big match. 15 points up for grabs for each of these two guys who win the match. -5 for each of the two losers. So again, this could really force one of these four guys, or two of these four guys, into a very strong position moving into 2K18. Of course, all four of them will be involved in 2K18 at some point or another. So it looks like it is going to be Hogan to start off against Lesnar. Wow. Hulk Hogan versus Brock Lesnar in the ring. And Lesnar straight away takes Hogan to Suplex City with a German. And straight into the camel clutch as well. So of course Heyman is at ringside managing the team. Oh, I suppose he's technically managing Lesnar, but I suppose they'll end up managing the team of Lesnar and Cena, won't he? When was the last time that Lesnar actually teamed up with somebody? Was he involved in... No, he wasn't. Last year's Survivor Series, he took on Orton and squashed him. Yeah, so I don't think he's actually been... No, he hasn't been teaming with anyone for a long time. Been an interesting way of potentially bringing in... It might have been like CM Punk was the last person I remember. Because when CM Punk was a Heyman guy as well. Lesnar is twisting the head now of Hulk Hogan, dropping a boot right in the gut before bringing Hogan back up to his feet, and Lesnar sending him off the ropes. Oh, straight over the ropes, actually. And Lesnar just winning Hogan back in the ring, and Hogan going to take full advantage of the opportunity given to him by Lesnar and just sends Lesnar over the top. The man who slammed, that's what I'm looking for, Andre the Giant. He's thinking Lesnar's nowhere near as big as Giant. But he's a lot more dangerous than Andre the Giant ever was. Unless you're drinking with him, of course. Lesnar now taking Hogan up into a backbreaker, but holds it. And look at Hogan's eyes are terrifying. Into the second backbreaker as well. Just say about his eyes in that situation. Oh, see Lesnar there making a good tag into John Cena. And now we have John Cena and Hulk Hogan in the ring together. Again, not a phrase anyone ever thought they'd ever hear. Hogan now tags in Randy Savage. And now we've got Savage and Cena in the ring together. So many incredible combinations here. Savage with the atomic drop, now dropping a boot right in the back of Cena as well. Savage now dropping Cena again with another atomic drop. Is that atomic? That's a Manhattan, isn't it, from behind? Atomic from the front, Manhattan from behind. Or it's the way around, I can't remember now. Double axe handle. I don't know how that was double axe handle. I think he caught him with his knee, to be honest with you there. The crowd chanting for a Let's Go Cena, and Hogan's trying to quieten them down. As Savage taking Cena up. Oh, pile driver. That was savage. That was really savage. And Heyman up on the turnbuckle, distracting the referee, but it's not stopping Savage going for that big elbow. Boom, lands it right in the heart of Cena. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Cena kicked out just in time. I don't know if Lesnar was going to get there or not, you know. I don't know if Lesnar was going to get there or not. Cena now looking for, yep, just dropping his entire body weight across the knee of Macho Man Randy Savage. And Cena comes across and brings Lesnar back in. And Heyman throwing a chair into the ring. See, I don't think Cena be too interested in these sort of dodgy tactics. As Lesnar locks in a standing Kimura lock here on Savage. Oh, but Savage able to fight through with that boot in the gut. Or that right hand in the gut, should I say. That was scoop slam. Taking Lesnar down, then dropping the knees right in the chest. Savage bringing Lesnar up, but Lesnar taking Savage down. They're all up and down, these two. The crowd are chanting for "We Want Cena." I can't believe that's a very realistic chant in SWE, or WWE in that case. Savage avoiding the kick in the back and taking Lesnar up. Oh, into a backdrop and almost caught that steel chair that was put in the ring by Heyman. Now Heyman having a go at Savage for trying to utilise that chair. JBL's hat's on the floor as well. Lesnar around the back of Savage looking for a German suplex, but Savage fighting free, and Savage is dominant in this one. Lesnar's not been able to get any offense on Savage in quite some time. Aeroplane spin. Harnessing the inner spirit of Eugene. Savage taking Lesnar up into a spiked pile driver. And again, though, Heyman up on the apron. This time, Heyman, that's a poor ID, Heyman. I thought he was going to take the turnbuckle pad off, which means they can't throw anyone in that corner then. And Savage not doing any extra damage, just keeping Lesnar grounded. And Lesnar slides out the ring, trying to avoid the boots of Savage. Now Lesnar, look at his chest been lit up by those chops. And Lesnar fall away slam, sending Savage right into the corner. And Lesnar brings back in John Cena. And at the moment, I think the team of Hogan and Savage are definitely in control of this one. They seem to be the stronger team at this point in time. Cena now bringing Savage up, rocking a couple of shoulder blocks, ducking the clothesline into the front slam. And Cena is pausing the game. Cena's AFK at the moment. I don't know why they do this. It really confuses the life out of me. It really does. It makes no sense. No sense at all. Cena now taking Savage down, a boot in the gut. Now hops on top. Looking for the sunset flip bomb. And hits it as well. Cena now stalking Savage. Could an attitude adjustment be enough to win the match for the New Age Mega Powers? There's the pin. Well, there's the AA. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Wow, Savage kicked out. Savage freaking kicked out. I'm surprised by that. I really am. Cena now hoisting up Savage into a gut wrench suplex. Cena now dragging Savage middle of the ring. Cena just trying his best to try and finish Savage off, but it's very difficult because Savage has been so effective in this match. Again, only a 2 count. And whereas Savage was dominating the match not too long ago, now Savage can't even get on his feet. Cena just demolishing Savage. Over the top cutter, taking Savage down. And Cena looking for a 5-knuckle shuffle. A very strangely named move for a character aimed at children. There's the pin. And Cena once again stalking Randy Savage, if he locks in another attitude adjustment, I'm sure Savage are not going to kick out of a second one. There it is. Could Hogan save the day? 1, 2. It's only, my God, he kicked out. Savage kicked out with another attitude adjustment. Savage is on fire here, I tell you. Absolute fire. What are we looking like ranking-wise for these two teams? Of course, we know that Lesnar's near to the top, being the former champion. I think Lesnar's second, just behind Matanza. Yeah, Lesnar's on 220 points, just behind Matanza Cueto. John Cena currently on 120. So this will put him in a very strong position if he can win this match. Randy Savage. Where are you, Randy? Well, Hogan's on 100 points, right in the middle. 1-1, lost 1. So this, again, will be very useful for him because this will put him in a very strong position. Well, not a very strong position, but a lot stronger than what he's in now. And Randy Savage is currently on 85. Randy Savage is currently struggling a lot. So a win here for Savage would put him back to 100 points, which is probably where he should be. Well, he should be higher than that, in fairness. I should be around about 140, 150 I'll put him at. But of course, we can't. We're not going to give people points for no reason. They've got to earn them. Savage, elbow right on the top of the head of Cena. And I just feel like Hogan could be very fresh here, you know. You can see Lesnar struggling on the apron there. Cena's taken a lot out of himself, and Savage has taken a lot of damage as well. If Hogan can get himself in the ring here, he could pull this off. But again, Savage just doesn't seem to want to do anything when he has people in... Well, he's got people in control and they're grounded. He doesn't seem to want to do anything with them. He wants to just sort of stand there and watch it, but it's like he is going for some stuff now. And I thought Savage was going to go for the tag there, but decides against it. Savage now raking at the eyes of Cena. Now a backdrop, high angled as well. Folding Cena in half. Dropping a knee across the chest as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Cena kicked out on the brink of 3. Oh. So close. So close. Cena now taking Savage up into the slam. And Cena looking for a 5-knuckle shuffle once again. Surely Savage can't keep kicking out of all this stuff. Dropping the fist right in the hand. The fust. Yeah, I said fust. What of it? What of it? Cena, here we go. Surely. Surely there's no more kicking out for Savage. Up. Attitude adjustment. Right in the corner of his teammate. 1, 2. Oh, the pathfinding of Lesnar. My God. My word. You can always tell if it's slightly to one side, he would have won that match. He would have won it. If it was slightly to one side, he would have won it. Like if the pin was here, he would have been won straight away. Because Lesnar could have come across and took him out. But because of where it was, it throws it out, doesn't it? See now, sending Savage in the far corner. This match can't go too much longer, otherwise it's going to lose its... It's been a fairly good match, a very good tag team match actually. But if it goes too much longer, it could get into that bracket of being too long and just being a bit annoying. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. I think as the match goes on, you should be able to build your finishers quicker as well. That'd be an interesting dynamic. And here comes Lesnar, who might have a finisher saved up actually. We haven't seen Hogan in quite some time. Lesnar stamping on the back of Savage. Now, Lesnar's an interesting concept to be in this match because he could potentially win this one by submission as well. There's one German, though. A second German. Keeps the grip and rolls the hip into the trifecta of German suplexes. Is Lesnar going to go for the pin? Nope. He should have gone for the pin. I hate the fact that you can... I hate the fact that you can hit a big signature maneuver like that and you get reversed straight away. It's always been one of my pet peeves with this game. And again, Savage just can't do anything. Savage is broken, I'm sure. Savage's AI is not telling him to go for a pin. Ever. There's something a little bit wrong with Savage, I think. As Lesnar catching Savage with that. Why are you tagging back out for, Lesnar? Lesnar wants nothing of Savage. Lesnar wants Savage when Savage is grounded, not when Savage is looking good. Neck breaker by Savage. He is going to bring Cena back up, so we've got Cena facing back. Dropping an elbow into the chest of Savage. Another 5-knuckle shuffle is on its way. You can't see me. Oh, he's hit the referee. He's running to the referee. A referee's back up now, though. And Cena, you're gonna AA him right into Hogan. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, mate. You're gonna do it right into Hogan. 1, 2. Hogan's missed it. Oh, no way! What a terrible way to end that match. What a terrible way to end the match. But there you go. Cena and Lesnar do pick up the victory over Savage and Hogan. And it was a Savage ending as Hogan completely missed breaking up that pinfall. And that, for me, is an exact example why I think the AI in this game is terrible. How can you miss that? You've got artificial intelligence. There's so many things going through your head at any time. You can calculate whether you're going to hit it or not, or where angle you need to go at. But Hogan completely messed it up, and Cena did get the free count after the 4th attitude adjustment on Macho Man Randy Savage. And we see a handshake here between Cena and Lesnar. Interesting. Very interesting. So these two guys both get themselves 15 ranking points. That's going to put Cena up to 135, and that's going to put Lesnar up to 235. So Lesnar's 100 points ahead of Cena. Wow. Lesnar, I think, is someone who's definitely going to get himself a good championship match in 2K18, isn't he? But, main event time. And here we go then, main event time, like I just said. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Seth Rollins face off against the Mayhem champion, the Monster, the Beast, the undefeated Matanza Cueto. And here we go then. Mayhem Championship time. I want to keep saying the last match, but of course it's not the last match. Because we still have, of course, our Mayhem Rumble to come up for you next week. And the winner of the Rumble will also be guaranteed a place on Mayhem for WWE 2K18. What is going on? See, this is broken, right? Because I've just double-checked this. And Drew McIntyre is the Octane Champion. However, the game is so bugged out that it keeps putting on Seth Rollins. This has happened in the past. So just ignore that, because that's not the case. The game is broken as normal. Why has it got to be like this? Why has it got to be like this? For God's sake. It was all going so well tonight. Bar a couple of little issues, like, but, you know. It doesn't matter. It's only an aesthetic problem. It's not exactly a major issue, is it? But, yeah. He's not the Octane Champion. Drew McIntyre is. And Drew McIntyre will be defending that belt in a triple threat later on this week against Ric Flair and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think. Yeah, that's right, yeah. I don't know why it does it for. I really don't. It's been an ongoing problem with the game putting championship belts on people when they're not actually the champion. Like if you go into the champion, if you go into the title management and stuff like that, you'll see that Drew McIntyre is the champion. I don't know why Seth's got the belt. And here comes Austin then. It's such a long time, doesn't it? Of course, Austin defeated Goldberg in the first match of Shabbymania to earn the right to be in this main event. And what a match it could be. What a night it could be for Austin if he could pull this off. That'd be huge. Absolutely huge. But of course, you do have Matanza Cueto in the match. But making this a triple threat makes it a little bit more interesting because Matanza Cueto is dominant. However, in a triple threat match, he does not need to be involved in the end of the match to lose the championship. So the likes of Austin could pin Seth, Seth could pin Austin, and Matanza would lose his belt without even having a word in it. So this could be very interesting tonight. And I feel that's what Austin and Seth might do. Or potentially Austin and Seth might work together to try and take down the monster known as Matanza Cueto. Talk of the devil. Where is the man? Let's see if he's got his championship in hand. Eventually. No. What is wrong with this bloody game? He is the champion. I've literally just double checked before recording. It says there, it says Mayhem Champion, so it might, the belt might have glitched through his coat then, I suppose. That's possibly, the belt might have glitched through his jumpsuit, which is a possibility, because belts and clothes don't work very well in this game. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt here, because it does know he's the champion. But it just hasn't spawned the belt on him for his entrance. I can't see it glitching through. I don't matter, does it, I suppose. It's for the belt. You all know it's for the championship. The winner of this one will be the Mayhem champion and will guarantee themselves a spot on Mayhem for the 2K18 Universe Mode, Season 3 of SWE. Matanza Cueto lifting the lights on the factory. The factory? So I just got my mind Lucha Underground there. My mind, because of course that was it's all recording like a big factory, isn't it? Lifting the lights in this arena, this stadium. No, I forgot to do the billboards, haven't I? I've just noticed that. I forgot to do the boards around the outside. I'll have to try and improve that for the next few days of the shows, because they're just boring white strips, aren't they, where they could be covered in black and white stars. So there we go. See, told you. There is the SWE Mayhem Championship. This is what it is for tonight in our final match of Shabbymania Mayhem. The referee holds the belt up. Oh my god, what's wrong with that now? I fixed this problem so many times. I fixed those gems. And it's still... Oh my god. Right, we're going to have another go at this then, because we had a bit of a glitchy time last time. Seth Rollins got pinged up into row Z for no... I don't know what happened. Seth and Austin were fighting in one of the little corners there of the barricade. And Seth... Wow, Seth just pushed Matanza Cueto over. Yeah, Seth was fighting in one of the corners of Austin, and all of a sudden he just flew into row Z. It was quite disturbing to see, actually. But of course, yeah, Matanza Cueto has been absolutely dominant so far in this Universe Mode, and I'm just surprised that Seth pushed him over. Now Austin taking Matanza down with a clothesline as well, so what's it going to be like for Matanza Cueto trying to take on two people at once? Of course, so far he's dominated Rey Mysterio, he's dominated Brock Lesnar twice, which is something that nobody else has done. Nobody had pinned Lesnar at all in this Universe Mode. And then Matanza turns up in Mayhem and does it twice, which was insane, really. Twice in a matter of a few weeks. And again, Seth just pushing Matanza, and Matanza doesn't seem with it tonight, which is a bit of a worry here for him, because this is the big night. This is the showcase of the Immortals here for Shabby Wrestling. It's just a bit crazy, isn't it? And Seth there locking in the figure 4 leg lock on Austin. I don't know what's happened to Matanza. And it does happen on this game sometimes. People just have bad matches. They start off a little bit rough and it just doesn't go well for them. And maybe that's what's happened here to Matanza Cueto. As Austin now clubbing Seth, and now Matanza trying to get involved as well. And Matanza is the real all-around wrestler. He is incredibly strong. He is very agile, and of course for his size, very agile as well. It's incredible what he can do. A man of his size rocking up with standing shooting star presses and so forth. It's crazy really to see just a man like that. And he is a man that I expect to be in WWE in the near future. They could not ignore a man like Jeff Cobb. He is a man who started wrestling quite late in his life, I think. I think he's like late 20s, early 30s before he started training. But he just seems to have taken to it like a duck to water, doesn't he? And yeah, I think he's perfect to join WWE. And even if he joins WWE as this masked man, maybe replacing the spot and the card left by Kane, of just like that masked monster who can come in and do some damage, I think that'd be really good for him. He doesn't. Not everyone needs to have a voice. And that's what they should, in my opinion, do with people like Braun Strowman as well. Braun doesn't necessarily need a voice. He did get on the mic, and he's not too bad on the mic as well, doing what he does. But at the same time, it can be all about, some people, it can be all about what happens in the ring. As Austin here locking in the head scissors now on Seth, and Matanza Cueto He is fed up of being pushed around here. He's got himself a steel chair, of course. Oh, right in the gut of Austin. And of course, this is a triple threat match, so no disqualifications, no countouts as always. And Matanza Cueto taking advantage of the situation. Of course, Matanza coming from Lucha Underground, where weapons are quite fruitful. Austin, oh, ramming that sledgehammer right into the gut of Matanza Cueto, and that's backfired now, Matanza. As Austin sends him into the corner, and Austin gets caught with a DDT. And of course, Austin is not adverse to a man like Matanza Cueto. He has spent his career fighting against people like Kane, fighting against people like The Undertaker, fighting against these monsters that seemingly are unbeatable. But Austin is the man, isn't he? Austin is the man who saved WWE, alongside, of course, the likes of The Undertaker and... Well, I'm a massive Undertaker fan, I always have been. You got DX as well, but Austin again just pushing Seth around now as well. But Seth gets straight back up into a dropkick. And now Seth and Matanza working over Austin, which is probably the best idea because Austin's had the strongest start so far. But yeah, Austin, I was a big Undertaker fan, but I think it's quite widely regarded that the thing that really turned things around for WF in the 90s and 2000s when they were feuding against WCW was the Austin versus McMahon feud. That was what really built the WWF up as the big company, the one you want to be watching. But of course, it wasn't just Austin. You had The Undertaker, you had Mankind, you had DX. You had a real strong main event picture back then as Austin with a pin after the Russian leg sweep. 1, 2... Oh, and Seth kicked out, but there wasn't a lot behind that kick out, was there, by Seth? Knee in the spine by Austin now, bringing Seth back up to his feet. There's the Fez press and the big right hands on Seth Rollins as Matanza Cueto slowly stirring on the outside. There's the pin by Austin. Matanza needs to break this one. He does get back in and saves his championship. And Matanza now getting around German suplex on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now that's more what Matanza needs to do. He needs to show his strength. He needs to show that he does have the ability to take a man like Austin down, because Austin's different to the likes of Lesnar. And Matanza there, the big front slam. That's how he won this Mayhem Championship. And oh, Austin kicked out. Austin's only gone and kicked out to Matanza's big finisher maneuver there, that big front slam. Matanza now sending Seth into the corner. Austin still grounded after that slam, and Seth breaks free from the corner. A boot in the gut of Matanza. Now Seth. Big DDT taking Matanza Cueto down. Oh, and I hate the taunting situation, because I don't think you can stop a taunt once you've started it. So Austin could have defended himself there, but Seth had a free chance to come along and catch him with a sling blade. Seth kicking out of the pin there, but again, it was really close to a free already. Austin now locks in the head scissors. Seth managing to roll it through and sneak out the back, and Matanza Cueto slowly starting to stare on the outside now. That was a stiff DDT that caught him in the head, and now here comes Matanza Cueto. DDT on Seth as well. There's the pin by Matanza. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Seth kicking out. And Austin stirring on the outside. Austin needs to get back inside, because the longer he's outside, the more chance Matanza has got of maybe finishing off Seth Rollins here. Drapes him across the middle rope into a neckbreaker. Beautiful move by Matanza Cueto on Seth Rollins. And there's the pin by Matanza. This could be enough. 1, 2... No, and Seth kicked out once again. And now Austin back in the ring. Catching Matanza with a boot in the gut. Stone Cold Stunner. Austin just stuns Matanza out of nowhere. There's the pin. Referee, count it. 1, 2, and 3. And what a win by Austin. Matanza was trying to take out Seth Rollins after Austin had been dropped to the outside, and Austin just comes storming straight back in the ring while Seth Rollins was grounded and just stuns Matanza and walks away here, Mayhem champion. Wow. That was out of nowhere. I weren't expecting that just to happen that quickly, to be honest with you. Wow, that was an interesting development, to say the least. Here we go. There's the pin by Matanza after that neck breaker. Then Austin just comes storming across the ring, and Austin's just like, yeah, screw all this playing around. I'm done now. Let's just stun you and get this match over and done with. And there was the freak out, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is your brand new Mayhem champion. But not only that, Stone Cold Steve Austin is now guaranteed himself a place on the Mayhem roster for WWE 2K18 as the Mayhem champion. We know, of course, he's going to be joined there by Chris Jericho, the television champion, the Legion of Doom, the tag team champions, and, of course, Sasha Banks, the women's champion, the only person to successfully retain her championship here this evening. So guys, that's the end of Shabbymania Mayhem. We've still got one more Mayhem show to come for you, of course, next week, and it will be the Mayhem Rumble. 30 men will enter, the winner of the Rumble, and anyone aligned with that winner will stay on Mayhem for WWE 2K18 as well. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon, tomorrow in fact, for our next Shabbymania, Shabbymania Octane. Bye.